Work can change you. Part 4. Time to focus on the exhibition, and my next life began to be seen.
Tomorrow is the day when the exhibition will take place. So tonight, I and Kaknia plans to rest so that tomorrow our energy is full for the exhibition that will be full all day. Before we go home, who was chosen to take part in the exhibition at briefing first? Directly by Mr. Alfin. After briefing is finished one by one from us, we are distributed uniforms to wear tomorrow during the exhibition. As usual, I came home together with Sis Nia. The atmosphere of the weekend is quite crowded with young couples who want to spend their time making out. Really just make me jealous, I said. Why, Fiona? Said Kaknia. We should spend time, I said. Do you want to be scolded by Mr. Alfin? Said Kaknia. Oh, you complained, I said. You can be afraid that Pa Alfin's favorite employee, hi he, said Kaknia. What the heck? I said, annoyed. That is my behavior with Sis Nia. Usually after nosy each other, we are both stunned together. After arriving at the apartment, me and Nia immediately took a shower, clean, and then immediately rest. Because there is no plan to go out, so we order food online. After eating, me and Ms. Nia decided to watch a movie. After that, we slept. In the morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. Me and Nia prepared what was necessary. After bathing and clean, I immediately wear the uniform that has been provided, a pair of underwear, a pink bra, and a lace underwear that has a small ribbon in front of it, stocking in my feet. Then I wore a pink tight shirt that had a low neck hole, making my breasts look more sexy, and short black skirts. I think everything is ready, so around 6 a.m. I and Nia go straight to the exhibition site. After arriving at the parking lot, we immediately entered the mall through the back door, because the mall was still closed and would open at 8 a.m. It turns out that at the location, there are already other friends too. We immediately prepare everything. In less than 30 minutes, the event will start soon, and Mr. Alfin comes to the location. Pack Alfin did the last break before the exhibition began. Fiona, you don't be nervous. I'm sure you can definitely, said Mr. Alfin. Yes, sir. I will try as much as I can, I said. After all that Mr. Alfin gave me all this time, ranging from various clothes to facilities such as maintenance and others, I can't possibly disappoint Mr. Alfin. It was 8 o'clock in the morning and the mall was opened. One by one, mall visitors began to occupy. Time after time goes on. I feel a little nervous. My heartbeat is beating fast. Hopefully no one knows if the original I am a man. From a distance, seen a husband and wife with their children heading to our exhibition. I sighed softly and prepared to welcome my first visitors at today's exhibition. Without me knowing it by itself, I explained the products in the store very smoothly. The more afternoon, the more mall visitors, and the more people come to our place. Even though there are those who just look at, just ask. Even I was often tempted by men who came ha-he-he. Entering lunch hours, we take turns resting and eating, so that our exhibition is still on duty. During the break, Mr. Alfin also gave us again to all of us. It turned out that it was not as heavy and as scary as I thought of. Until now, fortunately, I did not experience any obstacles. After lunch, we returned to serving visitors, who come until the afternoon. Only a few minutes after lunch, Suddenly my stomach feels a bit painful. The longer it feels uncomfortable. Why are you Fiona? Asked Sis Nia. Indeed, Sis Nia is the person who understands me the best right now. From my face, Sis Nia must have known if I have a problem. This is Sis. My stomach hurt a little. I said, Yes. It's there to the bathroom quickly, said Nia. Yes, sis, I said. Finally, I rushed to the toilet. After arriving in front of the toilet, I automatically entered the women's toilet. For a long time, I spent time in the toilet just to defecate. After I was relieved, I returned to the exhibition. I also tidy up my hair and makeup in front of the toilet glass before coming out. How come Fiona is here? Said Mrs. Jessica. Hi, Mrs. Jessica, I said. Earlier at the exhibition venue, it turned out that you were here, said Mrs. Jessica. Yes, ma'am. My stomach suddenly hurts. I don't know why, I said. So now what, still sick? Said Mrs. Jessica. It's better, ma'am, I said. This mother brings a medication for a stomach pain. You just drink, said Mrs. Jessica. Thank you very much, ma'am. Yes, I'll take the medicine, ma'am, I said. After returning to the exhibition, I immediately took Mrs. Jessica's medicine. Then I returned to serving customers as before. Finally arrived at 5 p.m. and the exhibition was finished. Really a tiring day. Sis Nia told us all to rest first. Just walking 2 steps. Suddenly my gaze felt blurred and instantly dark. My body felt weak and I could not move anymore. I then fainted. My head felt dizzy. My gaze slowly began to be clear and I watched around me. Where is this? I said. Then came the voice that called my name. It was clear that the sound I often heard. Fiona, you're aware, said Sis Nia. What's wrong with me, sis? Why am I here? I said. You fainted, but the doctor said now is fine. You are just exhausted, said Nia. I just lay down in the hospital room, while accompanied by Sis Nia. Even Sis Nia fed me during dinner. The next day I woke up from my sleep. I felt my sleep last night was very sound, and now I felt my body was healthy again. I watched around and it turned out that I was alone. Sis Nia wasn't near me. At the table, there is a breakfast provided by the hospital, but there is a plastic wrap next to it and attached to a piece of paper. Fiona, I go to work first. This porridge don't forget to eat. And the good news, you can go home today. Just calm down, there will be a prince who will pick you up. So no need to worry, okay? Said Sis Nia. Sis Nia is really good. Luckily I can meet someone like her in my life. I immediately ate the porridge that was bought by Nia. After the food is finished, I'm confused about what to do, because alone. Then I decided to go out walking around the hospital. There is a large park in the hospital. Many other patients are also there. Just a moment, I enjoyed the atmosphere of the park. There was a nurse who approached me. Patient on behalf of Fiona, said the nurse to me. Yes, what's the nurse? I said. In the room there is someone who will pick up your return, Mrs. Fiona, said the nurse. Yes, sister, thank you, I said. I immediately walked with the nurse to my room. Hi, Fiona, said Mr. Alfin. Turns out Mr. Alfin, I said. How? It's ready to go home, said Mr. Alfin. Yes, sir, I'm ready to be ready first. Then I go home, I said. Okay, I'll wait outside, Fiona, said Mr. Alfin. Yes, sir, thank you, I said. That's right. Sis Nia didn't tell me who was going to pick up. I immediately rushed to get ready, because Puck Alfin had been waiting for. After being ready, I and Mr. Alfin returned to the apartment, Nia using her car. On the way, Mr. Alphen asked my condition and informed that yesterday's exhibition had exceeded the target. It's good if it's so, the situation, because the hospital is not too. And we stop right in front of the apartment sis near. I went down and thanked Mr. Alphen. Mr. Alphen, I said. Fiona. Yes, why Fiona? Said Mr. Alphen. No, sir, you're just talking, I said. So about your work contract that is almost over. How? Said Mr. Alphen. Honestly, I don't know, sir, but I really want to resign, sir, I said. Too bad that Fiona. Your performance is good, and maybe if it is continued, I will raise your position, said Mr. Alphen. Yes, sir, but I want to be back to be Victor, I said. Honestly, Fiona, the first time I saw you, strangely you were very similar to my ex-lover who had died, even though you are a man, but my decision to fire all male employees, just for my reason to expel you from my place. I did not want to see a face that was similar to my ex-lover. You are Fiona. Hearing all the words of Mr. Alphen from the beginning to the last only made me silent and froze. I'm still trying to think about everything that Mr. Alphen said. So, have this all planned by Mr. Alphen. But Mr. Alphen could not be blamed either, because indeed I agreed at that time. My feelings were really irregular in the car at that time, and suddenly, unconsciously, my tears dripped slowly. I'm still confused by the feelings that I am feeling. I immediately left Mr. Alphen without saying anything, and immediately entered the apartment sis near. I was pensive in the room. Silent did not do anything. It feels like it's not excited at all in living life today.
To be continued, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.
In the dark, where secrets hide, whispered dreams that won't subside, silhouetted in the night, endless passion sets alight. On the floor, where rhythms blend, kisses linger, softly penned, eyes that gleam with hidden fire, moving closer